So good evening, everybody. Hope you all could listen to me. Welcome to Sridevi Sendraman, madam. Hello, candidates, could you listen to me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you all could listen to me now. That's wonderful. So very wonderful evening. Amidst pandemic, we are joining together to learn. So learning is, there is a saying, as long as you live, so long you should be learning. I am Kalaivani, Deputy Director and Center Head for State Career Guidance Center. And today we are going to have a session on, careers in teaching and competency building. So that's a very wonderful topic, very rare topic also. I have never come across any topic like this. It's a very wonderful topic. It's very relevant and very relevant, but most of the times it goes untouched. Topic and see what is easily available, we always take it for granted. Being a teacher, we think that it is easily available, but we don't take that as very seriously. But it's one of the noblest தாய் தந்தைக்கு அடுத்து நம்ம படிப்போம் மாதா பிதா குரு தெய்வம். ஸோ மாதா பிதா அடுத்தே குரு தான். ஸோ டீச்சிங் இஸ் சம்திங் வெரி வண்டர்ஃபுல் அண்ட் நோபல் ப்ரொஃபஷனல். அந்த ஃபீல்டுல இருக்கவங்களுக்கு தான் அதோட அந்த ஒரு இது தெரியும். உண்மையிலே பாத்தீங்கன்னா they will feel that they may not express it every time, but they will have the satisfaction in the bottom of their heart that so many lives I have touched, and for so many people to come up in life, I have become a reason, and I have become one of the foundation for so many people's success. அந்த எண்ணம் அந்த ப்ரௌடும் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ஃபீல்டு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷன் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இட்ஸ் ஒன்லி இன் டீச்சிங் மட்டும் தான். அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு கௌரவத்தை, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மன நிறைவை கொடுக்கக்கூடிய வேலைகள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா வெரி ரேரா தான். ஒரு சில வேலைகள் தான் நீங்க சொல்ல முடியும். அந்த மாதிரி மன நிறைவையும் எப்பவுமே மனசு இளமையாக வைத்திருக்கக்கூடிய, நம்மளே ஹெல்த்தியா வச்சிருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷன் பாத்தீங்கன்னா டீச்சிங் ப்ரொஃபஷன் தான். பிகாஸ் யூ ஆல்வேஸ் கீப் லேர்னிங், கீப் டீலிங் வித் சில்ட்ரன், கீப் லேர்னிங் வித் யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ். அந்த மைண்ட் செட், see you, the environment plays a big role in building our character. Our environment has a bigger impact in deciding our way of approach. So நம்ம என்ன மாதிரி ஆட்களோட யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ், யங் மைண்ட், சின்ன குழந்தைங்க, இன்னசென்ஸ். So innocence is a bliss, they say. So அந்த மாதிரியான ஆட்களோட இருக்கும்போது we also get carried, I mean, like அந்த attitude தான் நமக்கு இருக்கும். And we keep learning. அவங்களுக்கு சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறது நம்ம தொடர்ந்து நம்ம சொல்லிக் கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருப்போம், நம்ம படிச்சுக்கிட்டே இருப்போம். So that's the process of reinventing yourself, rejuvenating yourself, and recalibrating our talents. And it's a profession which is very close to my heart. And I personally feel it is very close to me because my father is a teacher and he is no more with me. My father is a wonderful teacher. And ஒரு கழுதியை கூட படிக்க வச்சு பெரிய ஆளாக்கி விட்டுருவாரு. அதனால என்ன உறுப்பினர் ஆபீசர் ஆகியிருக்காரு. I should say that. So ரொம்ப ஒரு வண்டர்ஃபுல் டீச்சர். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எங்க அப்பான்னு சொல்றத விட எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசிரியர் அவரு. இன்னைக்கு சின்னசாமி வாத்தியார் பொண்ணு அப்படின்னு சொல்றது I'm always being proud of, rather than being telling I'm deputy director. So that's the way it is. And when it comes to this competency, so அதை குறைச்சு மதிப்பிடாதீங்க. So there are a lot of opportunities. இப்ப இந்த TET, TRB, காலேஜ் ப்ரொஃபசர்ஸ் நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. அண்ட் அது நிறைய இதெல்லாம் நீங்க எமர்ஜ் ஆகி நீங்க பர்டிகுலர்லி ஒரு டைம் ஸ்ட்ரக்சருக்குள்ள ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு அட் த சேம் டைம் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சாட்டிஸ்பேக்ஷன் வேணும், ஒரு லைஃப் ஏர்னிங் வேணும் போது டீச்சிங் மாதிரி ஒரு பெஸ்ட் ப்ரொஃபஷன் எதுவுமே இல்லை. தட்ஸ் a very wonderful profession. And competency building பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா வாட் இஸ் காம்பிடன்சி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டீங்கன்னா, what is competent, how better you are performing compared to others. உங்களோட வேலையை நீங்க எவ்வளவு திறமையா முடிக்க முடியும், எவ்வளவு டைம் லிமிட்டுக்குள்ள முடிக்க முடியும், அது மற்றவங்களோட எவ்வளவு சிறப்பா உங்களால பண்ண முடியும். All the skills are supposed to be called as competency skills ன்னு சொல்லக்கூடியது. I will explain you the small story. I will not take more than 2 minutes. ஒரு சின்ன பையன் ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர் ஒரு கடைக்கு போய், some of you might have heard this story. ஒரு மளிகை கடைக்கு போய் அங்க ஒரு போன் பூத் இருக்கும். those days, இப்பதான் எல்லாருக்கும் செல்போன் இருக்கு. சோ on those days ஒரு போன், மளிகை கடையில ஒரு போன் இருக்கு. அங்க போய் ஒரு போன் போட்டு பேசிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. யாரோ ஒரு எம்ப்ளாயருக்கு போன் பண்ணி, சார் உங்க வீட்டுல ஒரு தோட்டக்கார வேலை இருக்காமே, நான் அந்த வேலைக்கு வந்துடுறேன் சார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்பான். இல்லப்பா எங்க வீட்டுல ஒரு பையன் வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கான், எங்களுக்கு வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு. அப்ப இந்த பையன் கேட்பா, சார் அவர் வேலை பார்க்கறத விட நான் 2 மணி நேரம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வேலை பாக்குறேன் சார், எனக்கு அந்த வேலை கொடுங்க, நான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறேன். இல்லப்பா எங்களுக்கு இப்ப பாத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. பதில் என்ன வரும் தெரியுமா? இங்க இப்ப எங்களுக்கு பாத்துட்டு இருக்க பையன் நல்லா வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கான் அப்படின்னு. சார் நீங்க அவருக்கு எவ்வளவு சம்பளம் கொடுக்குறீங்க? நாங்க மாசம் 2000 கொடுக்குறோம்ப்பா. எனக்கு அதுல இருந்து ஒரு 500 ரூபாய் குறைச்சு கூட கொடுங்க சார், நான் இன்னும் ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா 2 மணி நேரம் வேலை பாக்குறேன் சார், அதனால எனக்கு அந்த வேலையை கொடுங்க சார். இல்லப்பா எங்களுக்கு இப்ப வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்க பையன் நல்லா பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கா, எங்களுக்கு வேற ஆள் வேண்டாம். சோ இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய வழிகள்ல he will try to pacify them. அந்த எம்ப்ளாயர் ரொம்ப கெஞ்சி கூத்தாடி பார்ப்பான் அந்த பையன். அவங்க வீட்டுல வேலை செய்யற பையனை விட இவன் நிறைய வகைகள்ல சிறந்தவன், வேலையில சிறந்தவன், டைமுக்கு வருவேன், டைம் கீப் பண்ணுவேன், ரொம்ப டிசிப்ளினா வேலை பார்ப்பேன், ரொம்ப கமிட்டடா வேலை பார்ப்பேன், கம்மியான சம்பளத்துக்கு வரேன், எல்லா வகையிலையும் வந்து நான் அந்த பையனோட பெஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ட்ரை பண்ணி ப்ரூவ் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணுவான். ஆனாலும் வந்து அந்த ஓனர் வந்து அந்த சைடு அந்த எம்ப்ளாயர் வந்து வேண்டாம்ப்பா, எங்களுக்கு இப்போ ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க பையனே நல்லா வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கான், we are happy with him, we don't need you அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்க. சோ அந்த மளிகை கடைக்காரர் பார்த்துட்டே இருப்பாரு. பார்த்துட்டே இருந்துட்டு என்ன சொல்லுவாரு, இவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்படுறீங்க, இவ்வளவு ஒரு வேலைக்காக எவ்வளவு நீ கீழே இறங்கி பேசுற கண்ணா, உனக்கு ஏன் கடையில வேணா ஒரு வேலை இருக்கு, நீ ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கப்பா நாளையில இருந்து வந்து அப்படின்னு. அப்ப அந்த பையன் சொல்லுவான், இல்லப்பா இல்ல சார் நான் ஆல்ரெடி எம்ப்ளாய்டு. அப்புறம் ஏன்பா இவ்வளவு கெஞ்சி கேட்டேன் அந்த வீட்டுல இருக்க பையனை வேலையை விட்டு தூக்குறதுக்கு, இவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டு கெஞ்சி கேட்டியே. அந்த பையனே நான் தான் சார், அந்த வீட்டுல வேலை பார்க்கறது நான் தான். சோ ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்டட் டு நோ வேர் டு ஐ ஸ்டாண்ட், நான் எங்க நிக்கிறேன், எனக்கு என்ன மதிப்பு இருக்கு, என் வேல்யூ என்ன, என்ன எவ்வளவு வேணும்னு அவங்க நினைக்கிறாங்க, என்னோட ரிலேபிலிட்டி என்ன, என்னோட காம்பிடன்சி என்ன அப்படின்னு நான் செக் பண்ணிக்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன். அதுக்காக இட் இஸ் அ செல்ஃப் டெஸ்ட், நானே என்ன சுய பரிசோதனை பண்ணிக்கிட்டது தான் அந்த ஒரு போன் கால் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு he went away. சோ அதனால வந்து காம்பிடன்சி, திஸ் வேர்ல்ட் இஸ் அ காம்படிட்டிவ் வேர்ல்டு. சோ நீங்க டார்வின் நம்ம சின்ன வயசுல ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சிருப்பீங்க டார்வின் தியரி, ஃபிட்டஸ்ட், அதாவது சர்வைவல் ஆஃப் தி ஃபிட்டஸ்ட், தகுதி உள்ளது பிழைக்கும். சோ உங்களை நீங்களே மீண்டும் மீண்டும் தகுதிப்படுத்திக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். ஈவன் இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஆன் ரைட் ட்ராக், இஃப் யூ டோன்ட் ரன் யூ வில் பி ரன் ஓவர். நீங்க சரியான ட்ராக்ல போய்கிட்டு இருந்தாலும் நீங்க தொடர்ந்து ஓடிக்கிட்டே தான் இருக்கணும், இல்லைன்னா உங்களை ரன் ஓவர் பின்னாடி வர்றவங்க ஓடி மிதிச்சிருவாங்க. சோ இட்ஸ் அ காம்படிட்டிவ் வேர்ல்ட், யூ ஷுட் கீப் ரன்னிங் and you should keep evolving yourself, keep reinventing yourself. So this is about you're going to have a session, wonderful session, and I am also looking forward to this session because எனக்குமே இந்த செஷன் கவனிக்க ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா நான் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். So I welcome you all for the session. Join and be there till the end. ஒவ்வொரு விஷயத்தையும் கவனிங்க, கூர்ந்து கவனிங்க. எந்த விஷயத்துல எந்த ஒரு புது கான்செப்ட்ல உங்க லைஃப் ஒரு பெரிய டர்ன் எடுக்க போகுதுன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. that wonderful thing can come from, and the miracle can come from any point. சோ அதனால எதையுமே குறைச்சு மதிப்பிடாதீங்க, எதையுமே டோன்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டிமேட் த வேல்யூ ஆஃப் எனிதிங். லேர்னிங் இஸ், அதுதான் வந்து ஒரு பெரிய இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் நம்மளோடது. தட் வில் ஆல்வேஸ் கம் வித் மல்டிபிள் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். சோ கீப் லேர்னிங், கீப் ரீஇன்வென்டிங், கீப் succeeding in life. Wish you all the very best from SHSC. Thank you so much. Sridevi Seduraman madam, now you may take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kalaivani ma'am. That was really amazing. Very good introduction you gave. That too with a blend of encouragement as well as a story. That was really interesting and impressive. Good evening, everybody. Have a happy evening and have a happy stay with this program. So as the topic goes, we are going to talk about scope in teaching as well as the competency building. So teaching as a profession, it really touches life. That really we have to agree. Whatever Kalaivani ma'am spoke, it summarizes to that. That teaching profession touches lives. So there are two professions which touches lives. So one is teaching and the other one is treating, that the doctors do. So doctors, they treat the illness, and teachers, they treat illiteracy, and that's how education is given by them, and which is going to mold the children to become a great personality. அவங்க எப்படி பெருசா ஆகணும், எவ்வளவு பெரிய ஆளாகி அச்சீவ் பண்ணணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறாங்களோ அது மாதிரி அவங்க கனவை நினைவாக்கி தரத்துக்கான ஒரு வாய்ப்பை வந்து ஒரு டீச்சர் தான் ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுக்குறாங்க. So that is really a wonderful profession, and I have been living as a teacher for many years, for more than 12 years, and I found my passion in teaching only through my experience as a teacher. That is really amazing. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி பேங்கிங் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில இருந்திருக்கேன், ஐடில இருந்திருக்கேன், எல்லாம் எவ்வளவோ எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். எது பண்ணினாலும் கடைசியா when I became a mother, I took up this profession just by doing Montessori training first. அதுக்கப்புறமா slowly I joined a school, and when I was growing my son, I was able to understand how important is teaching in a very creative way to children. And அப்படிதான் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணி I went into school, I started teaching, I did my BEd and I did my master degree. Also I did my CIDTL from Cambridge University, London. And இது வந்து எந்த அளவுக்கு நமக்கு நாலேஜ் கொடுக்கறது அப்படிங்கறத எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணதான் தெரிஞ்சுப்போம். அதை நம்ம கத்துக்கிறத வச்சு பிஹேவ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம். டீச்சரா ஒன்னொன்னுத்தையும் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணும் போதுதான், குழந்தைங்களோட என்வாயன்மெண்ட்ல லிவ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்கும் போதுதான் நம்ம இன்னும் நிறைய கத்துக்கிறோம். அதுல இருக்கிற ஒரு பிளஸ், அதுல இருக்கிற ஒரு சந்தோஷம், அதுல இருக்கிற நிறைவு வேற எதுலயுமே கிடைக்காது. ஏன்னா we are dealing not with machines, we are dealing with lives. உயிருள்ள ஒரு bundle of feelings இருக்கிற குழந்தைங்களை ஹேண்டில் பண்றதுல இருக்க சுகமே தனி. ஏன்னா it is you get all the response from them. Whatever you do, they respond to you, they take everything whatever you give. அதை விட நமக்கு பலன் என்னவா இருக்க முடியும்? நம்ம சமைச்ச சாப்பாடை வீட்டுல எல்லாரும் சாப்பிட்டுட்டு நல்லா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா how good we feel. So அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு response then you get from the students, nothing like it. So touching lives through your noble profession, that is only through teaching. And we further proceed. Before which I would like to ask a question to you. How many of you remember who is the first president of India? And you can just answer to yourself. So many tough questions we can ask to ourselves. Many of the questions, they go unanswered. It is just because we don't really learn for the permanent memory. We just learn just for the temporary memory. So we tend to forget. But if someone is going to ask you, who is the teacher who taught you in standard 5 or 10? Definitely you will be able to remember their name instantly. Shanti ma'am taught me, Sridevi ma'am taught me, or anybody's name can be called out. So that is just because they touched your life, and that's how it goes. Teaching is really interesting. So let's move to what's teaching. You can ask yourself, what's actually teaching? Is teaching just getting into the class and delivering all the content that whatever you have learned or whatever you have prepared for the day, not bothering about what is being understood by the students? Because most of the times teachers are very much hard pressed for time. So they just go and they present. Sometimes they will have idea in their mind to just understand what is going on in students' mind, but most of the time டைம் இல்லாததுனால அவங்களால இதை கவனிக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இல்லாம போகலாம். ஸோ அதனால அது ப்ரீச்சிங் மாதிரி ஆயிடும். வெறுமனே ஒருத்தர் பேசுவாங்க, இன்னொருத்தர் கேட்பாங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். இதுல அவங்க எதிர்த்து வேற எதுவும் கேள்வி கேட்க முடியாது. இது நான் என்ன, இதுக்கு அர்த்தம் என்ன அப்படின்னு அவங்களை கேட்க நம்ம வாய்ப்பு கொடுக்குறோமா இல்லையானே நமக்கு தெரியாம போயிடும். ஸோ அது ப்ரீச்சிங் ஆயிடுது. Or other way is facilitating. So instead of we talking lots, we can facilitate by providing an environment where you allow the children to think, you allow the children to experience, and then you allow them to ask questions to you so that you become the person to answer their questions, isn't it? So facilitating is that you provide the facility for the children to learn. And other one, as I already told you, how learners understand. How do they understand? There are many ways children understand. ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட புரிதலும் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கும். ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் எந்த விதத்துல புரிஞ்சுக்கிறாங்க அப்படிங்கறத நம்மளால நிர்ணயிக்கவே முடியாது. நிறைய பேரை பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்க ஒரே கேள்விக்கு பலவிதமான பதில்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்ப நம்மளே எடுத்துட்டா is teaching preaching அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, or is it facilitating அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, நம்ம அத்தனை பேரும் பல விதமான ஆன்சர் வச்சுட்டு இருப்போம் இல்லைங்களா? சோ அதே மாதிரிதான் நம்ம குழந்தைங்களுக்கு நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுக்கறதும் அதுல இருந்து அவங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதும் வேறையா இருக்கும். ஒவ்வொரு குழந்தையுமே பல விதங்கள்ல புரிஞ்சுக்கும். அண்ட் அதே மாதிரி அவங்களோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ஸ் டிஃபரெண்டா இருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம அவங்களோட புரிஞ்சுக்கிற தன்மைக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்மளோட சொல்லி கொடுக்கிற தன்மையும் மாத்த வேண்டி வரும். இதெல்லாம் நம்ம எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு நம்மள டீச்சரா மோல்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். Why do we need to understand how learners understand? இந்த கேள்விக்கு முதல்லயே பதில் வந்துடுது. ஏன்னா நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுக்கறது எல்லாமே அவங்கள போய் சேரணும். நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுக்கறது எதுக்கு? நம்ம திருப்திக்காகவா? Definitely not. We have to make them understand what are we teaching and how it is going to help them in their life. அப்படிதான் நம்ம மனசுல எடுத்துட்டு we have to start teaching them. We have to understand how they understand. We have to analyze how the children understand the content that is being delivered to them. And other point பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்க meaningful transformation of ideas. So what is meaningful transformation? Which means that whatever we teach, have they understood is the first step. After understanding, are they able to present it to others? Are they able to use it in their own life? Are they able to apply it in other concepts? Idella it becomes very important, which comprises for giving the meaning for this meaningful transformation. The knowledge has to be transformed. for further development of ideas, for further development of skill, or whatever the children have to experience through the knowledge that we are giving to them. So that becomes very, very important. And that is called as true knowledge. உண்மையான knowledge அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா அதுதான். திருக்குறள் ஒண்ணு இங்க சொல்ல விரும்புறேன். கற்க கசடர கற்பவை கற்ற பின் நிற்க அதற்கு தக. திருவள்ளுவர் வந்து எத்தனையோ வருஷங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி அதை சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டாரு. இது இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா கேம்பிரிட்ஜ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய தியரிஸ், பப்ளிக் தியரிஸ் have come which talks about psychology of students and how children learn and how we have to teach them. So many theories have come, but everything has already been given. நம்மளோட திருக்குறளிலே இருக்கு. அதாவது கற்கிறத வந்து கசடு இல்லாம குறை இல்லாம ட்ரூ நாலேஜா கத்துண்டு அதற்கு பின் நிற்க அதற்கு தக அப்படிங்கும் போது அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்மளோட பிராக்டிஸ்ல இருக்கணும். நம்ம அதை வந்து பிஹேவியர்ல கொண்டு வரணும். அது நம்மளோட ஆட்டிடியூடா மாறணும். நம்மளோட அறிவு ஆட்டிடியூடா மாறி நம்ம அதை வந்து வாழ்க்கைக்கு உபயோகப்படுத்தணும். எந்த அளவுக்கு திருவள்ளுவர் அழகா சொல்லியிருக்காருன்னு நம்மளால வர்ணிக்கவே முடியாது. So then comes the subject matter expertise. Subject, knowing the subject. Math teachers இருக்காங்க, science teachers இருக்காங்க, நிறைய பேர் ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்ட்ரீம் எடுத்திருப்பீங்க. as students science subject நீங்க கோரா எடுத்திருப்பீங்க, math எடுத்திருப்பீங்க, இங்கிலீஷ் எடுத்திருப்பீங்க. so many other subjects you have taken இல்லைங்களா? அந்த சப்ஜெக்ட்ல if you have strength, that is the first prior requirement for you to become a teacher. So this SME becomes so important for you. That is a very basic need for you to become a teacher. ஏன்னா சப்ஜெக்ட் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சா மட்டுமே நம்ம குழந்தைகளுக்கு சொல்லி தர முடியும். Without that, certainly being a teacher is not possible. So whatever we learn, நம்மளும் திருவள்ளுவர் சொன்ன அந்த கற்க கசடர கற்பவை கற்ற பின் நிற்க அதற்கு தக அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி நம்மளும் நிறைய நல்லபடியா நம்மளோட பாடங்களை கத்துக்கலாம். Then other one is competencies a teacher should possess is to support his or her delivery of teaching content. So how the delivery has to happen, அதுவும் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். நம்மளுக்கு SME மட்டும் இருந்தா போராது, டீச்சிங் பிராக்டிஸும் நிறைய தேவை. எப்படி நம்ம பாடம் சொல்லி தரணும் அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். So நம்ம முன்னாடி previous slideல பார்த்ததுல இருந்து what we infer, teaching by lecturing how it happens. The teacher doesn't bother of the recipient's response. The teacher is only interested in whatever she or he wants to deliver, whatever he or she wants to just give ideas or teach the concept. So the job is done for that 45 minutes and I'm done. That is the attitude of the teachers who just lecture and go. So this is predominantly, நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா only the teacher will talk. The thoughts, the students வந்து என்ன மாதிரி ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்றாங்க, என்ன மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சுதா புரியலையா, கேட்க இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கா இல்லையா, எதுவுமே தெரியாது. இதுக்கு extremely opposite way of teaching. If you see, it is teaching by interaction. So communication, when you take it to consideration, a person who talks has to receive response from others to whom the person is talking. Then only communication, it becomes a complete one. நம்ம பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும்போது ஒரு சிலர்கிட்ட பேசிட்டு இருக்க மாதிரி அதுகிட்ட பதில் வரலன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும் இல்லைங்களா? அதே மாதிரி குழந்தைங்க ஒண்ணுமே பதில் சொல்லலைன்னா how the teacher is going to feel. And if the children, they don't open their mouth, definitely the teacher has to take the blame. The teacher has to become a person who allows the children to talk. The teacher has to lend her ears to the children. That becomes very important for allowing the children to be a part of learning, major part of learning, because teaching is happening only for the children to get benefited. It is definitely not for the teachers' practice alone. As teachers, we have to practice, but the idea, the core idea of teaching is only for the benefit of children. So we have inductive approaches. There is a terminology called inductive approach. What is that approach? Teaching la pathinganaka straight away, as soon as you enter the class, children listen. Today we are going to learn about adjectives. Children will be, okay, yeah, adjectives. What is that adjective? What do you mean by that? And children will be just wondering what is that adjective, because if you're going to introduce it to be very new to them, it is a term for them. And what is that? Quotes, adjectives. So that itself becomes a no kind of ambiguity. அவங்களுக்கு அதுலயே டவுட் வந்துடும் என்னது இது அப்படின்னு என்னது இதுன்னு அவங்க யோசிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சா sometimes children will become curious what is it, but most of the times children will start feeling ஐயோ this is unknown, what is it, this is unknown for me. So முதல்லயே டாபிக்க சொல்லாம இன்டக்டிவா எடுத்துட்டு போறது, அதாவது டாபிக்கு சம்பந்தமான விஷயங்களை பேசி அது மூலியமா ஆக்டிவிட்டி கொடுத்து கேள்விகள் கேட்டு அவங்கள ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ண வைக்கிறது. So if you ask questions, they are going to answer you, which are going to be related to the topic that you're going to teach. So that plays a major role. Inductive approach plays a major role because most of the answers that children are going to give will completely end your session. Believe me, entire teaching they will only take by themselves, and there will be nothing for you to teach further. Because you've already given the questions, they have given you the answers. Further, you probe with more questions, they give you the answers, they develop the complete picture of what you have to talk about that particular topic. It's done for the day. Whatever energy you have to spend, everything is being done by them because you have influenced, you have facilitated an environment, you have given an interactive classroom for the children to explore. Just look at the picture that I have given there. This is how the classroom will be very actively, very happily, children will be learning. And that is the core, that should be the core aim of the teacher. We have to make the classroom really a happy one. And as far as I believe, the classroom has to be really noisy. When I was teaching, now there is a break because of this pandemic situation. My classroom it used to be very noisy classroom. People used to ask, oh, you have to have a good classroom control, your class is noisy. But if the classroom is silent, where the children are sitting quiet, learning is zero, believe me. And you would have also experienced this as students. If we are quiet, teachers are happy. But if we don't talk, if we don't express anything, where is the learning happening, isn't it? So we have to allow the children to talk. We have to allow the children to move. Certainly, we have to have a control. கண்டிப்பா அந்த ஒரு கண்ட்ரோல் இருக்கணும். பட் கண்டிப்பா நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டிய விஷயம் அவங்கள நிறைய இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ண வைக்கணும், நிறைய பேச வைக்கணும். And that's how we can make the learning very interesting for them. I used to have a voice level chart as well. So voice level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 voice levels I used to have. Voice level 1 is individual activity. Individually, the children have to just go through the content given and activities will be given. So voice level 1 means no one will talk. Voice level 2, somewhat peer up activity when they do, they can just converse like how we whisper to our friends. Okay. And the voice level 3 is going to be group activity. 4 to 5 members, they join. So slightly you can raise your voice for your group alone to listen. So this and all, we have to, I used to shout out with my voice and I used to make them understand how voice level has to be really maintained. And voice level 4 is classroom presentation. If a single child is going to stand and present the content that the child has prepared as a part of the child's activity. So the child will use 4th voice level. And 5th voice level is scream out. Just go to the ground. When you're on the ground, nobody is there to control. The child is allowed to just laugh happily, shout out, call out friends' names, be happy, and no one is there to control. But this voice level 5 shouldn't be used inside the classroom. So that's interesting, isn't it? And when we move further, patient listening. Teacher has to be really patient enough in listening, answering. Yes, of course, time constraint is there, but still we can definitely make that as a habit to listen to them. Few of the children you can choose for a particular day, listen to them. Next day, other set of children. So patient listening is a major part of attending to the children's needs and emotional requirement, whatever the children have. We have to just satisfy them with that. We'll move to the next. Here it comes like scope in teaching. How do I become a government school teacher? Because many of the parents, they prefer their children to become government school teachers because the job is secure, very good salary, and life is settled. That's how it's going to really work out very good for their life. That's what the parents, they dream about. So preschool teacher education program, it requires candidates to have passed 10th. After 10th, you can easily become a preschool teacher if you do that education that is related to it. If you see, the first one is primary teacher. Primary teacher is the teacher who is going to teach for classes 1 to 5. PGT, trained graduate teacher, is a teacher who is going to teach for classes 6 to 10. And postgraduate teachers from 11th and 12th teachers, they are called as postgraduate teachers. And you have so many courses, Bachelor of Education, B.Ed, after your degree, you can do B.Ed. And preschool teacher education program, nursery teacher education program. So many programs are there. Elementary teacher education program, diploma in education. Diploma comes after +2. You can do that as well. So whatever course you do, based on that, you will be placed either as elementary school teacher or primary school teacher out of the interest that you possess. You can choose the qualification. I have given a link as well there down. So Google is definitely a master for everybody. Google gives you every information that you require. So you can definitely Google through and get all the information that is required if you have any ambition to become a school teacher in a government school. And here I would like to highlight one thing. Most of the children who choose to be part of this government school, to take up education from the government school, if you see them, they mostly be first generation learners. Parents, they won't be able to pay much and they want free education for their children. So they prefer, they depend, and they believe on the government schools. So I would really, I would really appreciate the government teachers, and also I admire them just because they completely, they dedicate their life for the children. I have many teachers, government teachers as friends. I have seen them, how hard they work for them, because true teaching has to really go in, because they are the first generation learners, and learning has to be proper at home. No one is there to help them for support and learning. So teachers have to play a major role. That becomes very important. I would like to quote an example here. இப்போ வந்து இங்க வர குழந்தைங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, கார் ஓட்ட தெரியாத குழந்தை, கார்னா என்னன்னே தெரியாத குழந்தைன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். சும்மா நான் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்காக சொல்றேன். ஒரு கார்னா, ஓ இதுதான் காரா, ஓகே, ஓ இங்க வந்து ஸ்டியரிங் இருக்கா, சீட்ஸ் இங்க இருக்கு, நம்ம இங்க உட்காரணும், இன்ஜின் இங்க இருக்கு, ஓகே, ஏபிசி, ஆக்சிலரேட்டர், கிளட்ச், பிரேக், இதெல்லாம் இதுதானா அப்படின்னு ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஒன்னொன்னு நீங்க சொல்லி தரும்போது, அதை எந்த அளவுக்கு டீப்பா நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுத்து அது அவங்களுக்கு புரிய போறதுங்கிறது நிஜமாவே ஒரு பெரிய சேலஞ்ச். அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க அந்த காரை ஓட்டிட்டாங்கன்னா அதுதான் கவர்மெண்ட் டீச்சர்ஸோட அச்சீவ்மெண்ட். பிரைவேட் ஸ்கூல்ஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அங்கேயும் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி குழந்தைங்க இருக்காங்க. பட் ஸ்டில் மோஸ்ட்லி கார் எல்லாம் ஆல்ரெடி ஓட்ட தெரிஞ்சு லைசன்ஸ் வச்சிருக்க குழந்தைகள் தான் வருவா. ஏன்னா ஆல்ரெடி நாலேஜ் இஸ் பீயிங் given at home. They are given extra education. Beyond text learning is more because of parents' support, and also the facilities available around them. They make use of them and they learn a lot. They come up with questions, and when you teach something in the classroom, they ask you further questions beyond whatever you have taught. So அதனால வந்து கவர்மெண்ட் டீச்சரா ஆகணும்னு விருப்பப்படுறவங்கள நான் இப்பவே ரொம்ப அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்றேன். ஆல் தி வெரி பெஸ்ட். Would you like to become a private school teacher? Yes. For this, you require B.Ed, and it has become mandatory. And if you do it from the recognized universities, that is better, so that the schools wherever you're going to work, they will not ask you to repeat B.Ed again. It happens actually. Many teachers who do B.Ed from non-recognized universities, they are asked to redo the course. And I have seen that teachers who really struggled to do second time B.Ed. And so better, when you do B.Ed, see to that you do from recognized universities. And subject matter expertise, that is very important. That already we saw. To be a private school teacher, either private school or government school, if you want to become a teacher, subject matter is the major requirement for you. Then if you would like to become a teacher to work anywhere from the world, Still, you have many courses. Here I have just quoted one example, Asian College of Teachers. This is a government registered training company that is providing online programs now. I have listed out to them for you. I'm listed out them for you. You can go through, and also I have given the link. Again, Google is going to support you on this. Not only this college, Asian College of Teachers, there are many colleges, institutes, okay? They provide you international certification programs. In Chennai, Cambridge University supported teaching and learning course is given by Sri Kruti Academy. This is for example. So there are many academies available for you to get trained to become a teacher in anywhere in the world. So if you aspire to, you can definitely very well go for these courses as well. Learning never stops for anyone. And doing courses apart, what do we really need? Do we need education alone to become a teacher, or understanding further on how children grow up, how their learning stages, how their growing stages are there, about the psychology, everything we have to know. So here, if you come, I will ask, questions are already given there. You can just read and ask yourself and answer. Do you really get attracted to spot infants and toddlers around you? Chinna chinna குழந்தைகளை பார்த்தா ஐயோ அவங்கள அப்சர்வ் பண்ணணும் போல இருக்கா, எவ்வளோ கியூட்டா இருக்கு பாரு அந்த குழந்தை அப்படின்னு அட்மயர் பண்ணுவீங்க. லுக் தேர், அது என்னமோ பேசுறது, ரொம்ப குட்டியா இருக்க குழந்தை என்னமோ பேசுது, அந்த குழந்தை அழகா பேசுது, அது என்னன்னு கவனிப்போம். அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய அட்ராக்ஷன் உண்டு. அப்படி நீங்க அட்ராக்ட் ஆறீங்களா? அப்படி ஆனீங்கன்னா டெஃபினட்டா உங்களுக்கு மாண்டெசரி ட்ரைனிங் ரொம்ப சூட் ஆகும். ஏன்னா உங்களுக்குள்ளேயே அந்த ஒரு திறமை இருக்கு, குழந்தைங்களை வந்து நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கிற திறமை, அவங்கள அப்சர்வ் பண்ணி, அவங்கள அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி, அவங்கள ஸ்டடி பண்ணி, அவங்க ரெக்குவயர்மெண்ட் என்ன அப்படிங்கறத தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கான ஒரு திறமை இருக்கு அப்படின்னு நீங்களே உங்களை இந்த கேள்வி கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். Would you prefer to play or converse with kids of age 2 to 6 years? அவங்க கூட பேசணும், என்ன சாப்பிட்ட, என்ன பண்ற நீ, அப்படி நிறைய கேள்வி கேட்பீங்க. இந்த சட்டை அழகா இருக்கே, நிறைய பேசுவீங்க. அந்த மாதிரி அந்த குழந்தைங்க கிட்ட பேசுற ஆசை ரொம்ப இருக்கா? அப்போ அந்த கான்வர்சேஷன் உங்களுக்கு நல்லா அந்த குழந்தையோட பண்ண வருதுன்னா நிச்சயமா அந்த பாண்டிங் நீங்க டெவலப் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கறத நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுட்டீங்கன்னா please do Montessori. I even suggest for all the teachers before they go for B.Ed, before they do M.Ed or whatever, if you want to become a teacher, first do Montessori course. I really suggest that, because understanding psychology becomes so important. Psychology of children, how much ever the children grow, if you understand them in the small age, the சின்ன வயசுல நடக்கிற changes and behavioral patterns எப்படி எல்லாம் மாறுது, இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டடி எல்லாம் நீங்க இப்பவே பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா, even if you handle 11 and 12 students, அவங்களோட பிஹேவியரை வச்சு ரூட் காஸை கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். இத மாதிரியான என்வாயன்மெண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு இருந்திருக்கும். if you find the root cause, உங்களால அனலைஸ் பண்ணி சொல்யூஷன் கூட கொடுக்க முடியும். because you will find the sensitive area where you can touch upon, where you can drag the child's attention towards you, and you can support the child, you can mold, you can counsel the child. என்ன பிரச்சனை இருந்தாலும் you'll be able to support. Not only teaching is the job of a teacher, but also supporting in all possible ways, because after all they are bundle of feelings. அது மட்டும் நம்ம என்னைக்குமே மறந்துடக்கூடாது. children, how much ever they are big, 11 and 12 குழந்தைங்க மீசையெல்லாம் முளைச்சு நல்லா பெரிய குழந்தைங்க, கேர்ள்ஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப டாலா எல்லாம் இருக்காங்கன்னாலும் அவங்கள பெரியவங்கள மாதிரி ட்ரீட் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஆக்சுவலி அதாவது பெரியவங்கள குழந்தைங்க மாதிரி ட்ரீட் பண்ணக்கூடாது, பட் we have to understand they do not know as much as we know. So we have to really understand, go down to their level and be good friends, so that நீங்க அவங்களோட emotional needs எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்க they will get attracted towards your teaching, because you lend ears to them. What else is needed, Ilingla? So coming back to this Montessori, here I have given you sensitive period 0 to 6 years. so much they learn, language explosion, language they explore, sensory learning apps happens there. They become so much absorbent. எல்லாத்தையும் வந்து கவனிப்பாங்க, பயங்கரமா அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுவாங்க, நிறைய அப்சர்வ் பண்ணிக்குவாங்க. எல்லாமே அவங்கள சுத்தி நடக்கிறத கவனிச்சு கிரகிச்சுக்கிற தன்மை நிறைய வரும். அப்போ என்ன மாற்றங்கள்லாம் நடக்கிறதுங்கிறத படிச்சுக்கிட்டோம்னாக்கா இந்த கோர்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம அந்த வயசு குழந்தைங்களை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணும்போது ரொம்ப ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். Now we will look at scope in teaching in a broader spectrum. Passion in teaching. இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா மாண்டசரி பண்ணி மாண்டசரி டீச்சர் ஆகலாம், பிஎட் பண்ணி பிரைமரியோ இல்லாட்டி ட்ரெயின் கிராஜுவேட் 6 to 10 டீச்சராவோ 11 and 12 டீச்சராவோ என்ன வேணா ஆகலாம். ஆனா அதையும் தாண்டி நிறைய வாய்ப்புகள் எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இந்த செட் ஆஃப் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் உங்களே கேட்டுக்கோங்க. டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் யுவர் பேஷன் டு டீச்சிங். உங்களுக்கு என்ன படிச்சிருக்கோ அதை சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கலாம். எதை சொல்லிக் கொடுத்தாலும் நம்ம டீச்சர் தான். நம்ம எதை வேணா சொல்லி தரலாம். என்ன நல்லது நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கும், ஒவ்வொருத்தருட்டையும் ஸ்பெஷல் குவாலிட்டி இருக்கும். அதை வச்சு நம்ம குழந்தைங்களுக்கு சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கலாம். So we become a teacher for that particular field. Or your theater personality, you get to act well, you write lyrics, you make poems, you write stories, you write dialogues, then you're a theater person. You can enact பண்ணி நம்ம கான்செப்டை சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கலாம். Not only the concept, எப்படி ஆக்ட் பண்றது அப்படிங்கறத சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கும் போது you become a very good teacher. May I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to ensure if everything is proper. Yeah. So, are you a passionate photographer? Yeah, many children, if you would have seen in your family functions, all the younger ones, they will be very happy to just move around, clicking photos, selfies. They'll be so passionate, and you can see how beautifully they use applications. So you can teach photography in school. You have to simply barge in to find out, hey, you have any opportunity in photography in the school? Yeah, it is up to you. See, we have to find out, because many of the schools, they do not know. Like now only all these are coming up. இப்போ அந்த நியூ எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசி பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ ரிலீஸ் ஆயிருக்கு. அதுல லைஃப் எஜுகேஷன், வாழ்க்கை கல்வி சொல்லி கொடுக்கறது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டா இப்போ வந்திருக்கு. அப்போ இதெல்லாம் லைஃப் எஜுகேஷன் இல்லையா? நம்ம இதெல்லாம் வந்து இட் பிகம்ஸ் பார்ட் ஆஃப் அவங்க லைஃப்ல என்னெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்றாங்களோ அதை டீச் பண்ணலாம். ஏன்னா எல்லாருக்கும் எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் இல்லையா? குழந்தைங்களுக்கு இதெல்லாம் வந்து பெரிய ரிலாக்ஸேஷன். ஸோ எப்படி ஆக்டிங்ல கொஞ்சம் டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணினா next period math vandalum they will sit and happily listen math, immediate understanding they will get. So photography is like that. Photography is an amazing field, and that too youngsters, they love it like anything. And do you love to cook? You want to write recipe for that? This is how I cook. You know how to make this pineapple rasam. Pineapple rasam eppadi pannum theriyuma? Okay, pineapple you have to prepare this way. So you have all the ways of preparation, and how to make bake cakes, and how to bake biscuits, and anything it could be. Children can be taught that, and if it is going to be done in a school, nothing like it. No child will prefer to move out of the school. You know, they will prefer to stay in the school entire day. And that's how we can attract the children to us. And the teachers who are going to teach all these, they are blessed. They are blessed, and I would also love to do it. Again, if I get an opportunity, I want to explore every question that I've given here. I want to really explore this theater, photography, and everything. And I hope you also would love to do it. Food and nutrition is your area of interest. Here you can give all the nutritive part of this item that you're going to cook, and teach them. You can ask them to explore and find out what are the nutritive values of the ingredients used. இதுல என்ன புரோட்டீன் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு, புரோட்டீன்னால என்ன யூஸ், இதுல நீங்க இன்டகிரேஷன் கொண்டு வரலாம், லாங்குவேஜ் யூஸ் கொண்டு வரலாம், சயின்ஸ் வந்துடுது. அதுக்கப்புறம் பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் புரோட்டீன், அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் கார்போஹைட்ரேட் பார்க்கும்போது மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் யூஸ் வந்துடுது. ஸோ வி டோன்ட் நீட் டு டீச் every subject in a separate environment. You bring everything integrated into one single thing. So we will be looking at such slides in the further ones. So we will move to the next. And many of us are very much we have got awareness about the drugs use, alcohol use. And if you're very good in explaining the children how to be, how not to be, what to do, what not to do, you can take up that field and you can become a teacher for that. And you can have sessions weekly twice or weekly thrice. You can visit schools and you can just take sessions alone. That also becomes a very interesting part, and you become a very useful resource for the school, where you mold the children, you support the children for a better living. And then personal safety, if you want to talk about cyber safety, many of you who are listening now certainly will be interested in cyber safety, knowing about them. You can explore about them, you can teach them, you can start teaching to your own family members, you can talk about it, discuss about it with your friends, and automatically you get practice with that and you become a trainer in that. Or your physical trainer, physical education, whoever does. And if you're very sportive, become a physical trainer. Children will love you, I'm telling you. Children would love to come to the ground to see you, hug you, and be with you, play with you, listen to whatever you say, and train themselves to be physically fit. And do you get to narrate incidents? Those who are listening, you will be very, very interested. Now, each and every question you would have reflected, oh yeah, I get to narrate incidents. I went to this place, I traveled in this particular bus, what happened that day. You will narrate the story, you will take everybody to that environment, to live your environment again. So if you are good at narrating incidents, you can become a very good storyteller, believe me, and you can attract the children towards you, listening to you. And that is a wonderful experience. I also would like to become a storyteller one day. And do you sing? There is a typo error. Do you sing and dance? Please sing the concept. Dance your concept. Role play your concept. They get to understand so well from you. We'll go to the next. And now I have just given you virtual learning platforms. These are the software that are available in India. So if you could just visit all these, you will get to know what are the courses available, online courses. So many are there. I can't even list out to you so many. So even if I say, you won't be able to remember now. Very especially to talk about is active learning, for example, how to make your children learn actively, how to give a facilitated environment, and how to have classroom control. So many are there. So small short-term courses, 1 week courses, 3 week courses, or even 6 months courses. So many courses are there. So kindly go through all these these software, whatever is provided here, and you can explore, find out course which is going to be suitable for you. Kindly do them, get certification. Please apply them in your everyday life. Start living living whatever you have learned. So you become trained. Once the world opens for you, once you start going to the school to work as a teacher, you will be fully ready, fully equipped. Yeah. Teacher as a repertoire. As already, all the questions that I asked you before. Do you get to sing? Do you get to dance? Do you get to act? Everything has to happen in a classroom. The picture will depict everything. And you become an inspiring teacher. You become a lovable person for your children if you do that. And all the concepts take it. For example, we'll do one thing. If you have a table, we'll do a tapping, and we'll do a small song, okay? That is going to really be interesting. To just show you how music plays a role and how the teacher becomes an active person in the learning environment. When I taught the children about planets in 3rd standard, class 3, they already got introduced with the names of the planets. But still, I had to recall the planet names. Believe me, they weren't able to remember. Most of them were not able to recall the names of the planets. So what I did was, it was just an introductory thing. Simple. First, I used to teach them the tune. Da, 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 da. So that you remember, and you have to just have that. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are the 8 planets of the solar system. That's it. they get it so well. If they sing it twice or four times, automatically it completely gets embedded in their permanent memory. They can never forget. And even if they have to list out during the exam, they sing it and they write. I have seen children humming it and writing the answer. Beautiful, really beautiful to explore teaching. Another example, when I taught them difference between adjectives and adverbs, all they were confused. Okay, well, where to write adjective? Adjective is going to talk about noun. ஒரு நவுனை பத்தி ஜாஸ்தி சொல்லணும், அதை பத்தி அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணி சொல்லணும்னா அட்ஜெக்டிவ் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். அதே வேர்பை பத்தி செயல் வேர்பை பத்தி சொல்லணும்னா அட்வர்ப்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். இதை எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றது? ஓகே, இது தெரியறது. ஆனா அட்ஜெக்டிவா அட்வர்பா அப்படின்னு எக்ஸாம் டைம்ல வந்து children they get confused. Is this adjective in here? Do I have to write adjective or adverb? So automatically they get confused. And for that, a simple song. Adjectives tell more about a noun, adverbs tell more about a verb. That's it. So this song was very impressive for them and they started using it during the exam. One child, after completing the exam, this is an anecdote I have written in my teacher journal. The child instantly, as soon as the exam got over, child ran and came to me and said, "Ma'am, you know, I got confused when I was writing the exam. And finally, your song helped me. I sang the song and I was able to identify, I wrote, ma'am, yay." And what else you need as a teacher to get this kind of response from a student, isn't it? Really, teaching is so beautiful. So be a repertoire. Sagala kala vallaviya irukano. Adha vandu being a repertoire means. Now, emerging trends. இப்போ நம்ம ஸ்கோப் அண்ட் டீச்சிங் பார்த்தோம். இதெல்லாம் வச்சு நம்ம எப்படிலாம் நம்ம இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் டெவலப் பண்ணி என்ன மாதிரி கோர்ஸ் பண்றது, எப்படி நம்மள டீச்சரா பில்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறதுன்னு பார்த்தோம். Now, emerging trends in education. Yeah. Emerging trends ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா இதுல எல்லாமே they focus on 21st century skills. What are the skills the children have to be built with? Ways of thinking, it has to be really molded. Ways of working style, that has to be really worked on. And skills for living in the world. How to live in this world, how to tackle the problems, adukku train pananum. Tools for working, idella in the these are the 4 categories of 21st century skill. Idukku நம்ம வந்து அவங்களை எப்படி prepare பண்ண போறோம். Ways of thinking la, how they have to be creative. You have to, as a teacher, has to give that creative environment for them to explore. எல்லாத்தையும் நம்மளே சொல்லி கொடுத்துட கூடாது. Why? Question. All WH type questions we have to ask. When, where, why, how. All these questions are going to make them think and give answers. That is going to definitely build creativity in them. Also critical thinking, everything happens there. Problem solving, all the questions that I asked you will certainly give all the results. Decision making, learning, and justifying. They have to justify whatever they say. Yes, ma'am, I'm right. We can always falsely deny also. No, I don't agree with you. Come out with more justification. இதை நான் ஒத்துக்க மாட்டேன், நீ இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஏதாவது சொல்லு, நீ சொல்றதை ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு ஜஸ்டிஃபை பண்ண சொல்லும் போது their learning becomes deeper. They start thinking and they start understanding about their own understanding. So it is that critical thinking. And when you come to this ways of working, communication is very important. They have to know how to question, they have to know how to answer, and how they have to collaborate with the team and work, and how they have to adjust and team build, team spirit, how they possess. Everything becomes important. Everything just happens as a part of the classroom activity. Along with your teaching, all these happen. And then skill of living in the world, citizenship. It's my country and it's my living in this country and I have responsibility in this country. Let us keep the entire country clean and all the stuff. Everything comes in the citizenship, being very proud of their living country. Life and career, they have to choose their career according to their interest and according to the market trends, whatever is the prevailing requirement of the market, what is the competitive areas available. இதெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணி அவங்களோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்டோட அதை மேட்ச் பண்ணி அவங்க லைஃபை எப்படி வந்து எடுத்துட்டு போகணுங்கிறத அவங்களா செல்ஃபா டிசைட் பண்ற அளவுக்கு நம்ம வந்து அவங்களுக்கு கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் கொடுத்து நம்ம வளர்க்கணும். adellame teachers kalla da irukku, because the children will stay with the teacher for more than 7.5 hours. So their life is in the teacher's hands, not in parents' hands. Even the parents are playing a major role. Teachers can mold and bring them to the right path if there is any problem for the children in their family. And information and communications technology, obviously technology the children have to they have to be exposed to, so that they are aware of using the technology in the right way, and getting the information, data, whatever they need from from using technology, they have to be taught on. So these are the 21st century skills. Why I spoke about this is the emerging trends are going to be based on all these. They have to support this 21st century skills. And then education, if you see, again, I'm just giving you the key focus areas. The intelligences that the children have to possess, the trends that are coming up, emerging, have to really focus on, and which are actually focusing. So we will be seeing them deeply later. Spiritual intelligence, பக்திங்கிறது ஒண்ணு இருக்கணும். பகவான் கடவுள் கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு பயமும் கடவுள் கிட்ட மரியாதையும் நம்பிக்கையும் இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த குழந்தை தன்னோட லைனை விட்டு மாறாது, ப்ராப்பரான ட்ராக்ல போகும். Emotional intelligence, it's a very huge term actually, emotional intelligence. So how the children have to really consider the challenges in their life, how they have to respond, react. இதுலலாம் அந்த சட்டில் டிஃபரன்சஸ் நிறைய இருக்கு அவங்களோட எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ஸ்ல எல்லாத்துலயுமே. அதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து ஒவ்வொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து கிளாஸ் ரூம்ல நடக்கும் போதும் அதை நம்ம கோட் பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு ஹைலைட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும். சோஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், ஸோ இப்போ வந்து சோஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸுக்கு ப்ராப்பர் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா சோஷியல் டிஸ்டன்சிங் தான். So how they have to distance themselves, so that becomes a social intelligence as of now. So academic intelligence, what they learn, how they learn, and what is the importance of their learning. If they get to understand, that becomes academic intelligence. And how they have to develop skill with whatever they have learned. It comes under that academic intelligence. And our United Nations, they have designed and they have provided us 17 sustainable goals, sustainable development goals. And if you see, no hunger, no poverty, and safety, water usage, so many things are there. 17 goals I have given here. So all these are to be a part of learning. All these are to be considered with the concepts that we teach. So for example, I'll tell you, water, properties of water சொல்லி கொடுக்கும்போது நம்ம அங்கேயே வந்து சொல்லி கொடுத்துருந்தோம் எப்படி வந்து கன்சர்வேஷன், how it becomes important, water conservation சொல்லி கொடுக்குறோம். And when you talk about electricity, there you can talk about again electricity conservation. So அந்த மாதிரி இந்த sustainable development goals, how you can link it with your regular teaching அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம கனெக்ட் பண்ணி integrate பண்ணி சொல்லி கொடுக்கிறது வந்து that becomes very important. All these goals are to be achieved before 2030. So from now on, from this time, at least 10 years, the goals are to be really practiced. And 2030, the entire world is going to completely get refined and reformed based on the goals. That is a huge ambition. We all have to be supportive, and citizenship, if we have that responsibility, it's my country, it's my world, and it's my part to really play. All these, if we are going to have such feeling, we will be able to give it to our students. So let us start behaving in whatever we have given here, and we automatically tend to give to the students. Here, artificial intelligence is playing a major role. Now we are connected on this program through the system, through online. Artificial intelligence plays a major role. I'm able to share my screen. You're able to view the presentation, and you're able to get the content that I'm giving. My audio is audible for you. And what else we need? We are connected, though we are away, though we are individually sitting in different places, we are connected through this technology. Such a beautiful gift, human has given, human force has given to ourselves. We have given for ourselves, I have to say that. Types of machine learning, very many types are there. Actually, students, if they are put into, now all the children, they are learning through this online. All the schools are taking sessions through online. So very beautifully teachers are handling them. Supervised learning is happening, sometimes unsupervised. Anyway, parents are there to take care of their learning. And semi-supervised, partially, or very few children will be able to be seen on the screen. And during teaching, they don't need to be supervised because parents are there. And if you're going to give any worksheet for them, and if you have to monitor them, there comes this semi-supervised learning. So reinforcement, and when you have to reinforce the concept, you use certain technological part of this artificial intelligence, and you use them to deliver or to reinforce the concept. And so many things are there involved in it. So artificial intelligence is actually supporting the teachers even in grading the students. So all these days, okay, before this closure of this pandemic situation, due to this pandemic situation, many teachers, they were physically writing all the marks and physically calculating using the calculator. They had to find out if it is above 81, it is A2, and above 91 is A1, and physical marking, physical calculation, physical grading was happening. Now you don't need to really spend much time on all these because there's artificial intelligence. The machine takes care of all your hard work. If you're giving a worksheet, the children perform. Also, if you feed your answer key based on the answer key, especially this is possible for multiple choice questions, but not the descriptive answers. Definitely that physically with our eyes we have to see and correct. But most of the MCQs are corrected by the system using the answer key that you provide. And that is a very good job. Once the correction is done by the machine, it gives you the evaluated marks. So based on the marks, the grades are automatically given. That's it, your time is saved, and you can focus more on what to teach next and how to go about it, how creatively you can plan. You are given so much of time to explore. And you can have a personalized curriculum. Curriculum அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து already school plan பண்ணி prepare பண்ணிடும். அதை வந்து we used to use. But personalize, how will you personalize அப்படின்னா, learners, நம்மளோட கிளாஸ்ல இருக்க students, we have to understand our own learning group, how the children are, what is their requirement, how is the learning style, how do they learn, is it through music, are they interested to learn through music, are they interested to learn through activities, or are they interested in learning through listening to story kind. Kalaivani ma'am also said one beautiful story in the beginning, isn't it? So that really, it actually, we were able to reflect from the story that we have to self-introspect, self-analyze our stand. Where do we stand? அது மாதிரி குழந்தைங்கள ஸ்டோரி மூலியமா கான்செப்டை புரிஞ்சுக்க வைக்கிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப அழகா இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டோரி சொல்ல முடியும். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி சொல்லும்போது நிறைய குழந்தைங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா புரிஞ்சிடும். ஆக்சுவலி கான்செப்டை டீச் பண்ணியிருக்க மாட்டீங்க, பட் அந்த ஸ்டோரி மூலியமா கான்செப்டை அவங்களையே புரிஞ்சுக்க வச்சிருப்பீங்க. How beautiful, really amazing. And that's how அதுல எல்லாம் நம்ம நிறைய ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸை யூஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம இந்த ஒர்க் எல்லாம் ஈஸியா பண்ணிட்டோம்னா we can spend more time on that. And நிறைய இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா students, when they are put to this user interface model, the system முன்னாடி இருக்காங்க லேர்னிங்க்கு, they have the learning content. இதுல வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்டா பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா என்ன இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, pedagogical model இருக்கு, based on how the children would like to learn. Is it only that they have to listen from the virtual assistant? Is it only that they would like to just watch the videos, or would they like to go in deeper into their way that is going to suit to their understanding? அப்படி பார்த்தா டொமைன் மாடல் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அந்த இடத்துல காக்னேட்டிவ் டொமைன் ஒன்று இருக்கு. அவங்களோட புரிஞ்சுக்கிற தன்மைக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. அந்த டொமைன்ஸ்க்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி அவங்க சூஸ் பண்ணி அவங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு பார்க்கலாம். அதுவே உங்களை வந்து அந்த வீடியோல பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அந்த பர்டிகுலர் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பிரெயின் பத்தி படிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா it takes the child through the parts of the brain beautifully. It takes and it asks interaction நடக்கும். Interactive questions will be asked. The student will be allowed to answer. So further, if you see this, I have given below the picture intelligent tutoring system ஒன்னு இருக்கு. இது என்ன பண்ணுனா it simulates the human tutors by providing customized instructions and feedback to learners. அப்படியே லிட்டரலி ஒரு டீச்சர் கிட்ட பேசுற மாதிரியே இருக்கும். அதுவும் 1-to-1. இதுக்கு மேல ஒரு பெஸ்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கிடைக்குமான்னு தெரியாது. ஒரு டீச்சர் அந்த குழந்தைகிட்ட மட்டும் பேசி அந்த குழந்தைகிட்ட லிசன் பண்ணி கான்செப்டை வந்து நல்லா கேட்டு அந்த குழந்தைக்கு ஃபீட்பேக் கொடுக்கறது அந்த the child will feel so proud, isn't it? So that is possible through this intelligent tutoring system. Physical classroom la 1-to-1 is only possible, but through this intelligent tutoring system it is possible to all the students, but every child will be attended by individual tutor, isn't it? Though it is going to be virtual, meaningful interactions will happen. Computer will interact with the students, and sometimes also they get to argue. Earlier I mentioned justification. The physical the tutor will allow, the virtual tutor will allow the child to talk, explain, and further they will challenge also. The system will challenge. No, you have to give further justifications, and that's how the child is encouraged to go into deeper learning, deeper understanding. And that is the importance of this intelligent tutoring system. Virtual facilitators, that is really beautiful. And virtual facilitator and learning environment, virtual human guides and facilitators for use in variety of educational and therapeutic environments also it is being used. So virtual facilitator, this is what they do. They facilitate. They give you opportunities for you to learn. So previously I spoke about a particular thing. I will go back to that slide and show you domain model, the pedagogical model that is leading to a domain model, isn't it? So the domains we will talk about now. Cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. Cognitive domain is knowledge. If the child is going to start with a topic, that cognitive domain the child can choose, which is going to give knowledge about what the child wants to learn. And if the child already has got the knowledge, okay, and the next stage is skill development. So where the concept is applied and how it has to be put into use. So that becomes that psychomotor domain. Affective domain becomes the attitude. How creatively I can build something, how creatively I can make something. So that becomes the third part. Learning becomes the attitude. The child will start behaving to behaving like whatever the child's knowledge has gone in. So automatically the learning has become a part of the child's life. So these domains are very interesting. Here, Bloom's taxonomy, many of you would have heard about it. I'm sorry. Bloom's taxonomy is very interesting. It has various levels. These domains are based on that. The child's remembrance, memory, the child's knowledge and the understanding level, and application, analyze, evaluation, creation, everything goes step after step, and which is designed by Benjamin Bloom. These are the admiring part of education, admiring part of teaching. Please go through all these whenever you have time. Artificial intelligence, this is what remote classroom is given, and also exams are conducted remotely, and they are also the students, when they write exam, beautifully invigilation also happens online. And what do you do with that artificial intelligence more than teaching? Yeah, you get to assess them, you get to evaluate them. Based on the evaluation, you get to analyze and understand where the child fails, where the child needs more attention, and how well you can prepare the concept to be redelivered again, so that you make the child relearn the concept and become a stronger person in that particular concept, or you make the child behave in whatever the child learns. So artificial intelligence is giving you more rooms for the child's development. And augmented reality is such a beautiful one. It brings the picture live to you and it beautifully explains. There are applications built, and if you just show show your screen on that particular picture in the textbook, it's going to beautifully pop up. The picture will pop up for you, and it will automatically explanation will be given, and you will be able to listen, you will be able to view. All are possible in that. Augmented reality, I would love you people to completely understand how it really works. Actually, I think I shouldn't be crossing my time, so I'm just going a little further. So artificial intelligence, it is used in developing simulation, real-time translators, 3D models are made, printable worksheets are possible. And there is an approach called STEM approach. Science, technology, engineering. Initially, this arts, it wasn't included. Now arts is included. Mathematics, this is going to be an integrated approach. Individually, we don't need to have periods for every subject, but we can have a blended learning approach where one concept is taken and all the other subject concepts are included in the teaching, and every simple concept or every concept that has to be delivered in every single subject can be blended and given through one particular concept. That is actually possible, very much possible, especially during the project days and all. If you give them such project work where they apply mathematical concepts, where they apply science concepts and arts. Arts is really beautiful, not only painting and drawing. Arts includes social studies, it includes language use, English grammar use, literature, everything. So it is a blend. Art is going to be a blend. Other subjects, other than whatever is given here. So integrated approach is going to give true learning. That is my strong belief. Competency building when you come. It was already spoken. Subject matter expertise and effective teaching practice. We have to be really strong in our subject, and teaching practice, we must really know the effective teaching practices, how best you can deliver your concept, how best you can deliver your teaching to the students. So that is in your hands to be very creative. So here, both they play a major role. Both of them go together. So we have to blend. We have to use effective teaching practice to deliver the concept that we would like to. So what is very important? Interactive skill. We have to be interactive, not only liking to talk. Let me talk. I am a teacher. I should only talk. So it is my time. You cannot talk. And if the teacher is going to have such an attitude, interaction doesn't happen and learning doesn't happen. And reciprocation. When you ask a question, you need to wait for the answer. If you want to be interactive, just asking a question and leaving it, is that okay? No, reciprocation. So you need to allow the child to ask a question and you need to answer back. Same way, you need to listen to the child. Language fluency. We don't need to talk high funda language. English, we don't need to use all high-tech jargons. Simple language is enough for the children to learn, because after all, teaching is happening for understanding. So simple language, simple use of words, vocabulary, அதெல்லாம் இருந்தாலே நிறைய நல்லா புரியும் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு. So sometimes it can be also bilingual, English and if whatever the child's native languages, if you can repeat the concept in other language for the children, especially who are struggling to understand, nothing like it. That is the greatest gift we can give them. Bilingual teaching becomes very important. And no matter wherever you work, if it's a CBSE school, international school, it's okay. It is okay, and nobody is going to stop you, because teaching has to happen truly and sincerely. The concept has to be delivered. And so we have to remember, we can always justify this to the management if they come to say, oh, you have to teach in only English, but we can very well say the child's understanding is better if I repeat in the particular native language of the child. We can do it. And And emotional needs we have to satisfy. Basic comfort if we ensure in the child is ready for learning. Here, emotional needs, Maslow's hierarchy. Maslow has given very beautiful stages, whatever the levels. If you see, first, the physiological requirements ought to be satisfied. Has the child taken food properly? Has the child slept properly the previous night? Is the child actively staying in a class? So that can be ensured first. And the next is safety. Is the child feeling safety, not insecure, no peer pressure? And if the child has not completed the homework, then insecurity will be there. Hope that is not there. All that safety you can ensure. And then comes this belongingness, love and belongingness. The child has to really feel loved, and that it's my classroom, my teacher, my peers, and my learning. That kind of belongingness is there. The child is ready to learn. Every stage ensures the child's better learning. And next is self-esteem. Every small achievement of the child is recognized for, self-esteem is assured. So the child is ready for learning. All these will collectively give such self-actualization. This self-actualization is the saturation level where the child feels, hey, I'm ready to learn. Whatever you give, I'm taking. So this is what Maslow supports, and we all have to really follow this. We will be happy, the children will also be happy. Know your learners. Why do you need to know about them? Why do I need to know about my class children? They are from different family. We can always ask. But without knowing to whom we are teaching, without understanding them, it's definitely not possible for you to succeed as a teacher. And branding, labeling happens. Oh, this child is a nasty child. He doesn't dress up properly. See, look at his behavior. He doesn't eat properly. All we used to brand them, isn't it? Sometimes the child is cranky. The child is really talkative, and all those. We used to always label the children, right? Hyperactive and all those stuff. So here I've beautifully given labels are for soups. You can name the soups. You can name whatever dosa you make. It is masala dosa, or it is a spicy onion dosa. You can name them, but not the children. They cannot be named. They cannot be branded, because no time they will change. Anytime with your support, they change. Multiple intelligence is a very beautiful field. You know, how the children learn. We would have seen kinesthetic learners and visual learners, auditory learners. You people would have heard about them. There are various other things, and where they show their competency, the students show, they actually use all these kinds of intelligences they possess to learn from you. So whatever is their talent or whatever is their interest, use them to teach. So kinesthetic learners are there. And if you see this linguistic, naturalistic is going to be like use through nature. If you just allow them in the natural environment, and if you take them to the garden, I have done that. I used to line the students up, take them to the garden and teach the concepts, especially for science. They get it so well. And musical, we did that, 2 examples we did. Musically, the concepts can be taught. And picture smart, if you are going to show some visual pictures using the smart class board that you will have in the class, pictures will talk a lot. With pictures, with especially moving pictures, videos, pictures, they will certainly give so much of opportunity for them to learn in a better way. So multiple intelligence, which is given by Howard Gardner, he has to be really, you know, I can award him every year. That much I have got inspiration from him. Multiple intelligence, kindly go through, as we don't have much time now to deeply dive into this to understand. Please learn this. Such a beautiful field it is, multiple intelligences. Competency building, inductive approach, I already spoke about. The extremely opposite way is deductive approach. This is also a competency we have to possess to understand what is the difference between these two, where we have to use deductive approach and where to use inductive approach. Always I support this inductive approach because you allow the children in their own world to observe and to build ideas and then come out with the questions of hypothesis. What you can ask them questions, what would happen if this situation is that, and using if questions if you raise, they will be allowed to think, and finally you can deliver. Finally, you can allow them to derive at the theory, at the concept that you would like to deliver them. Deductive is extremely opposite. You first tell what is it, theory, and then you will ask questions, and then you will allow them to observe. And that is actually, I don't support deductive approach. So always inductive approach is the best. And you have to know the children's entry level for every concept. Entry level means for a particular learning of a topic, what is the child's level of understanding? That is, we call it as a prior knowledge. முன்கூட்டியே ஒரு டாபிக்க பத்தியான அறிவு எவ்வளவு இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். We have to diagnose it through tests, through questioning. So second standardல படிச்சது வந்து third standardல further deeper learningக்கு second standard of knowledge இருக்காங்கறத first test பண்ணணும். And the entry level test, if you diagnose, then it will be easy for you to further develop the knowledge. Your energy will not be wasted at all. You will be fully planning according to however you have understood the child's prior knowledge. Based on that, you can beautifully design and go further for deeper understanding. You can make deeper understanding for the children on the concept. Planning and design is also a competency building, a part of competency building. We have to plan our teaching and learning practice. We have to design beautiful activities for them through which you facilitate their learning. So, and also this assessment. How will you test them? Periodically during the teaching session in the class itself, we have to test them, which will ensure their learning in a very better way. You can always revise the topics based on the assessment that you do in the classroom. Assessment for learning is different. Assessment of learning is different. AFL we call as assessment for learning happens in the classroom during your teaching. That is formative assessment, FA. Some people will be having an idea that FA and SA are written exams. Definitely not. Summative assessment is the written exam. FA could be written or it shouldn't have. It doesn't have to be. Because assessment for learning happens during the teaching time. You can reassure if the child is focusing and if the child is understood. During teaching, you can ask questions, and even a small, flying test you can give, short test you can give for just 3 marks or 5 marks, instant correction through peers. That becomes assessment for learning. So that assessment you do for their further learning. And assessment of learning is summative assessment. Finally, after completing all the portions of your syllabus, then comes after 3 months or something, you give them a good test where they sit and write. So that assessment comes, and that also needs your very, very careful designing based on whatever you have taught. Assessments are not to test your capability of thinking and producing in the paper, asking questions, but definitely on the understanding that you have given to the students. So it is not a competition for the teachers to make the best question paper. They have to make question paper for what we have taught them. So that is important. Professional practice we have to develop by time to time observation that we can make with peers. Number kuda vela paakravangaloda class we can sit and observe whenever we are free. We can develop ideas. We can get very good ideas from our friends. We can discuss with them. How did you do this? How did you approach to the concept? And I did this. This is the result I got in my class. Maybe you can try this. And this is how we are going to share our experiences by observing also and by sharing also. So these are going to support the teachers in developing their professional practice. So that you become a very good teacher. You become a better teacher day by day. Reflection, that is a very beautiful one. If you look at the mirror, you're feeling so happy, isn't it? After getting dressed up well, if you look at the mirror, wow, you're able to really admire yourself. Same way, practice in the class has to be reflected on what happened that day. What did you teach? How did the children learn? What were the questions asked? Was I able to answer all the questions that children asked? All these are reflection part of your own practice. If you jot down, that is called as a teacher journal. You make a journal, always carry it in your hand. That's going to become a repository. That is going to become a source of your better performance. I'm sorry. My thanking slide is missing. I'm sorry. So competency building, this is how we are going to do, not only doing courses, but by practice. Competency it cannot be taught, but it has to be caught by through our practice. So that's what I would like to conclude with. All the aspiring teachers who are listening, please really be inspired to become a teacher. That is in your hands. You have to explore and find out your interests, and also you observe the children's atmosphere, children environment. You really become a very good teacher. All the best to everybody. And if there is any doubt, please kindly ask questions, and it can be posted, and I will answer through the organizer to you all. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'm there online. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope I was able to reach to you all.
Yes, ma'am. It was very informative session. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Ma'am, I'm Vanita here. Can I ask you a doubt if there is time?
Yeah, definitely. If the organizer allows me to. Yeah, please go
I don't
ahead.
know. Ma'am, actually, what I've seen or observed in all these years, BEd is, looked upon as an option by someone. Like when they do a BA or something, they're saying, okay, if I'm not getting anything, I'll do a BEd and become a teacher. So not only the passionate people are getting into teaching, even the people who are not having any other option is coming into teaching. What's your
Exactly.
opinion on that, ma'am?
Yeah, I also had that opinion, actually speaking. And also, in those days when I was doing schooling, my friend used to say, my father says I'm not scoring good marks. And so he wants me to become a teacher. When a person doesn't score good marks, can they become a teacher? Oh my God. And I was wondering about it. Finally, later I understood that those who are scoring less marks, they know the better way of learning, how they could have been taught. எப்படி அவங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்திருந்தா அவங்க நல்ல மார்க் வாங்கியிருப்பாங்கன்னு அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் தெரியும். Definitely they become a very good teacher. வேற ஆப்ஷனே இல்ல நம்ம டீச்சர் ஆகலாம்னு நினைக்கிறவங்க they will become a very good teacher because ரொம்ப கம்மியா மார்க் வாங்குறவங்க வேற எந்த ஃபீல்ட்லயும் மார்க் நிறைய இருந்தாதான் போக முடியும்னு இருக்கிறவங்களாலதான் டீச்சர் ஆக முடியும்னா this is the only reason. How effectively teaching can be done in அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் தெரியும்.
Very positive way of looking at it. Thank you. That's a very good positive way of looking at it. Thank you, ma'am.
It's not audible. Thank you so much for everyone. Correspondence BEd is very much accepted. I did my BEd in correspondence only. I had yearly once 12 classes, continuous classes. IGNOU is the best university. So I did it from there. And the questions that I get to read here, I'm just trying to answer. Wherever you do, passion is yours. You can prove yourself if you get an opportunity to get into a school. It's It's you that who is going to prove yourself. So barge in wherever you would like to just exhibit your talent. Get the job. That's it. Audio is not clear. Whoever is trying to talk, audio is not clear. One person, Vanita has asked, ma'am, I wanted to do BEd in special education. Can I do it in postal? However you do, how much ever you understand, how much ever importance you're going to give is in your hands, and definitely you will be able to do it very well. However, the mode that you choose is going to be. But you can always try to observe such students and map it with whatever you have learned so that you get the better understanding. Hello? Not audible. Not audible at all. Sorry, not audible. I'm staying online. You can type the question if it is not audible. Please kindly type the questions, or it can be posted to the organizer. I will respond. Okay. So shall we conclude with this, or any more questions?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Like actually, a student had asked, BCom student can do BEd or not, like that.
Actually, it wasn't possible initially. I'm really not sure about the current status. Let me find out and get back to you. It is actually possible. That's what I heard recently, but I'm not sure about it. That's why I'm unable to answer you now. Let me check and then get back to you through the organizer, please.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody talks and I'm unable to. Kindly type the question. Whoever is talking now. Ratnakumari ma'am, are you asking something? I'm unable to listen to you. Kindly type the question, please. Okay. Kalaivani ma'am, are you there? Shall we wind up, please?
Too bad a session.
Organizing team, I'm waiting for your response. Shall we wind up?
ஹலோ மேம்.
Yes, please. So it's done.
கொஞ்சம் நெட்வொர்க் இஷ்யூ வரும் மேம். தேங்க்யூ.
No problem.
ஓகே மேம்.
Thank you. Thank you.
தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் செஷன் மேம். மேம் ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் இருக்கு மேம். அவங்க வந்து அப்ரிசியேஷன் சர்டிஃபிகேட்காக
Okay.
அந்த லிங்க் மட்டும் நான் சென்ட் பண்ணுறேன் மேம் சாட் பாக்ஸில். அது மட்டும்
Yeah.
அவங்க ஃபில் பண்ணி ஃபீட்பேக் வந்து என்ன நம்ம செஷனோட ஃபீட்பேக் வந்து என்னன்றதை அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க மேம். அதுக்கப்புறமேட்டு நான் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புகிறேன்.
Sharing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for staying. Thank you.
இந்த ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் மட்டும் வந்து எடுத்து அது ஃபீட்பேக் சப்மிட் பண்ணிடுங்க. உங்களுக்கு வந்து என்னன்னா சர்டிஃபிகேட் இதுக்காக வந்து இஷ்யூ பண்ணுவாங்க, அப்ரிசியேஷன் சர்டிஃபிகேட் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணதுக்காக. ப்ளஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு நாளைக்கு 100 சர்டிஃபிகேட் தான். மோர் தென் 100 மெம்பர்ஸ் அப்படின்னா திருப்பி வந்து நாளைக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. நாளைக்கு சர்டிஃபிகேட் கிரியேட் ஆகும். தேங்க்யூ. எங்களோட ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ்லாம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபேஸ்புக்கில் வந்து நாங்கள் டெய்லி அப்டேட் பண்ணுவோம். அதோட லிங்க் வந்து
Sir? Sir?
சொல்லுங்க. ஹலோ.
Yes, sir. Like, I have received the certificate. Can I leave, sir?
ஹலோ.
சார் மீட்டிங் முடிஞ்சா லீவ் ஆகலாமா? ஃபீட்பேக்
ஃபீட்பேக் ஃபார்ம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, அதை சப்மிட் பண்ணுங்க. இது இங்க எக்கோ அடிக்கிற மாதிரி இருந்தது, அதனால தான் நான் பேசுறது ரொம்ப மைல்டா பேசுனேன், வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை.
ஃபீட்பேக் சப்மிட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் லீவ் ஆகலாம்ல சார்?
இல்ல, ஜஸ்ட் நீங்க அந்த லிங்கை கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னாவே இதுல ரிலீவ் ஆகலாம், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை.